The Greco-Roman religion was a pantheon of gods that looked and acted like humans. Each god represented an important aspect of Mediterranean life, like love, wisdom, the sea, war. These beliefs led to a rich development of literary traditions. Attempts to appease the gods led to the construction of monumental architecture like the Parthenon in Athens and the Pantheon in Rome. Religion was also used by the state to justify its own power. During the Roman Empire, the Roman emperor had to be worshipped just like a god. It's ironic because while Jesus Christ was alive, the coins that people used in the Roman Empire said Son of God on the coins and had Augustus's face on them. The Romans didn't exactly rip off Greek gods. More or less, they both have the same roots from the same Indo-European belief system that over time just kind of morphed into their own religion. Christianity developed in the Jewish community of Roman-controlled Palestine. Jesus of Nazareth was born to a humble Jewish family and became a traveling teacher as an adult. But what he taught was radically different from a lot of other Jewish teachings at the time. He preached a message of reform, arguing charity and compassion were more important than obedience to rabbis and formal Jewish customs. Jesus developed a following that believed that he was the Son of God. A lot like Siddhartha Gautama being born into Buddhism, Jesus was born into Judaism. So a lot of the basic beliefs that you have in Judaism, you'll still see in Christianity. The first one being monotheism. There is only one God. All right, the teachings of Christ were popular among the common people. The teachings were viewed as a threat to the Jewish leadership and the Roman state as well. Pressured by Jewish religious leaders, the Romans ordered Jesus' execution. After the crucifixion, the disciples of Jesus preached of his resurrection from the dead, and Christians believe that he literally ascended into heaven 40 days after his death. Now, originally, Christianity was just seen as a subsection of Judaism. Over time, though, it'll become its own religion, especially whenever it is expanded to include non-Jewish people. Christianity had a limited appeal to the Jewish community, though. Like I said, it was a small number of people that followed it. Disciples like Paul spread the religion across the empire. The religion quickly spread to oppress groups like slaves, commoners, and women across the empire. Originally, the religion had to be practiced in secret because the state persecuted anyone who followed the religion. Remember, the adherents of monotheism aren't going to worship the Roman emperor. They're not allowed to. People who worship monotheism are only allowed to worship the one God. So unlike polytheistic groups, you can't just add the emperor as another deity. It don't work that way. When you're a monotheistic religion, it leads to a lot of conflict whenever you come into contact with other cultures. For example, in India, we're pretty sure that some of the gods in Hinduism were in the Indus River Valley, and some of the gods the Aryans brought. And once those two people lived in the same area, all their gods just kind of mixed together to make the religion we know today, Hinduism. Polytheism makes it a lot easier to merge religions over time. They still do merge with monotheism. I mean, Christmas trees and Easter rabbits have nothing to do with Christianity. That's a merger from older religions. But you won't have the merger of different deities. It's impossible. It goes against the definition of monotheism itself. So the Christian community became organized thanks to the work of disciples like Peter, who established the first formal centers of worship. Over time, this will evolve into the Roman Catholic Church. 313, the Roman Emperor Constantine converts to Christianity, allegedly. Actually, the sources say that he converted on his deathbed. I'm skeptical. His mom was probably Christian, but to be fair, he did make Christianity legal to practice in the Roman Empire. So he ended the persecution of Christians. He said that the Christian God helped him win victory. According to legend, he looked in the sky and saw the Christian symbol before a big battle where he took over. A lot of times it's depicted as a cross. More than likely, though, he was looking at the symbol you see at the very top of your screen, that P with an X over it. That was the original symbol that people associated with Christianity. It's a Latin acronym that roughly translates to Christianity. So whenever Constantine said he saw a symbol in the sky, he was probably thinking of that symbol, not a cross. Constantine issued the Edict of Milan, which legalized Christianity across the empire, and with imperial support, Christianity quickly grew to the largest religion in Europe. It went from a very small persecuted branch of Judaism to being the majority religion that spread across Europe. Today, Christianity is the most dominant religion across the planet. It has over 1 billion followers. It's still bigger than Islam, though Islam might become bigger in our lifetime. It's still hard to predict that trend. Much like Buddhism, Christianity is not the majority religion in the area it started. It is not the majority religion in Israel or the rest of the Middle East, but it is the majority across Europe, North America, and all the places that Europe and North America conquered. Is that a good way to put it?